Hey, check it out, it's MediaShinobi, and we will be reviewing the 1 hour special, episode 7 and 8, titled... Come on, Chris.
What do I have to say?
You're the reviewer.
Part 1 and Part 2.
We have Chris, so let's have it.
Like they said, this is an hour-long special, and it pretty much all goes to the backstory of the very first Avatar, Avatar 1, voiced by Steven Yeun, you know,
Glenn!
from The Walking Dead. I'm a fan of backstory. I like to see how things began, and I heard that this story was... The creators wanted to tell the story of the first Avatar in the original series, but you know, they didn't have enough time, or they didn't know where to put it in their story, so they didn't. It shows like how Avatar 1 was, like he was kind of a...
Aladdin.
Yeah, he was Aladdin.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, kind of like Robin Hood and Aladdin. His world is so much different. Like spirits and humans interact with each other, like very common, like all the time. And we also learned how bending came from, and that's from the Lion Turtles. Yeah, we see them again, like from the original, who taught Aang how to energy bend. We see them actually grant the power of like earth bending, fire bending, and all that stuff to people. And as we get to know Avatar 1, we see him get banished because he kind of robbed the more wealthy people to give food to the poor people, and yeah, the wealthy people were not really kind of that, so they kicked him out. Everything is so Miyazaki-like with the creation of these spirits, and also everything is in watercolor besides the characters, which is actually a really good touch because, you know, it's back in the time. I like how shows do that whenever they go either from different dimensions or different time periods. They change up the animation. So yeah, as Avatar 1 is like wandering around trying to survive in the wilderness, he actually runs into a couple of spirits. What was this lemur? What was the lemur spirit called?
Brown Lucario.
Okay, we see pretty much a brown lemur-faced Lucario.
Okay, let's be honest, there's a lot of Pokemon references in this one.
Get to the end. Okay, so at first he's not this brown lemur. I forgot his name. He's not fond of any humans, especially Juan. So, you know, pretty much just F off until he sees Juan actually trying to save an animal from a bunch of people. It was until he saw him save a cat deer from poachers, I guess, that he actually accepts Juan and actually takes care of him. And we actually see Juan do the fire-bending dance we saw Zuko and Aang did in book 3 of last season, which is actually pretty cool. We actually see where that came from. And after 2 years of this, Juan decides to, you know, travel the world and see other people, because apparently people are living on top of lion turtles. That's where their cities are. While during his exploration, he actually runs into 2 big-ass light and dark spirits fighting, and the dark spirit actually says, "Hey, help me! This white spirit is trying to, you know, is tormenting me, or she's, you know, basically a wife."
Oh my god!
So Avatar 1 decides to help out and actually separate the spirits because apparently those two were like connected by like a little.
They were just connected.
Yeah, they're just connected, and the dark spirit grows free, and the white spirit, who we meet, his name Rava, right? Rava says that you kind of fucked up, and we learn that the dark spirit named Vatu is now actually the spirit of chaos himself. Now Avatar 1's on a quest to, you know, stop him from causing chaos and also helping Rava. So apparently the people of this world at this time are so separated, they think that their city is the only human in existence at the time, which is interesting to see, you know, how separated people are. And so Juan decides to actually ask the lion turtle of the air people to give him the power of air, and that's where airbending came from. Also, we learned the fact that Vatu is the reason why spirits become dark. Somehow, when he's around or his presence is known, their anger or some kind of negative emotion turns them into dark spirits, which we've seen in previous episodes of this series. Vatu and Rava are supposed to clash in called the
Harmonic convergence every 10,000 years.
Yeah.
Again, shame, Chris.
I know. So Juan actually decides to get the power of airbending, and with Rava's help, he's actually learned how to master it. And now we just do a kind of a montage of him going to other lion turtles and getting the power of earth bending and water bending, and Rava basically teaching him how to do it, how to properly use all 4 elements, which is actually cool to see. And later on, he actually runs into the people who he knew when he used to live in the city. And they seem to be hating all spirits. Like, they straight up burning everything, all the forest down, and the spirits are mad pissed. He wants to maintain peace, but looks like peace is not going to happen between these two sides. Like, they're going to fight no matter what. And it looked like at first, like, when he was about to actually calm everyone down. But then Vatu comes out and starts to turn them all into dark spirits, and then a fight goes out between the humans and the spirits, and it ends with apparently all his friends dying. Yeah, I said, oh, that was pretty dark. I kind of lie. I'm like, oh, Vatu is getting stronger while Rava is getting weaker and smaller. Rava points out that even if one of them wins or one of them loses or whatever, they're not going to be gone forever. It's like you can't be a world without good, without evil, basically. You have to have both. And so Juan decides to actually go to the actual spirit world and take on Vatu. Don't judge me. I can't get named properly today. And so we have a really badass fight. I really loved it. And Scott, apparently Vatu's signature attack he does is...
It's Oblivion Wing from Pokemon X and Y.
Oh my goodness.
That's hell. Oblivion Wing.
Yeah.
So
I didn't play X and Y yet, so...
It's a fly move that does damage and also heals the user.
Really?
Yeah, so every time he hit one...
We're the same color too, purple?
Yeah, the same color. He's dark. Legendary is also dark. And he uses the same move and he drains life.
We don't know if it drains... Oh, whatever.
He gets stronger when people get darker.
Wait, that didn't sound right. And actually, I'm surprised it lasted longer than I thought it would. I thought it was going to be like... I was worried it might be like a fast fight, but... It actually lasted long, and Rava decides to combine with Juan, and I guess that's where the Avatar state came from.
Yeah.
Avatar Juan got a major power boost and pretty much combined all four elements to make some kind of prison for Vatu and seals him in a tree. And I'm guessing that's going to be a major plot point later on in the season, but I'm jumping ahead. Anyway, we see Juan throughout his lifetime starts actually trying to maintain peace. He actually closed the spirit portal, so now we know why the spirit world and the human world are very not connected to one another like back then. And it's sad because by the end we see Avatar 1 actually die and not complete his mission of maintaining peace in the world. He somewhat did, but war always broke out between people. And at the end we just see a whole battlefield with an old Avatar 1 dying, and apparently that's how also because of Rava, that's how the Avatar reincarnation cycle keeps going. Yeah, and I'm guessing also the fact that the reason why the Avatar always keeps being reincarnated is the fact that peace has never been maintained forever, so to speak. So I'm guessing that's the reason why.
Well, it's not just that. It's Rava and Vatu. Remember, they can't completely die. So
yeah,
it's the end of the cycle.
So it kind of sucks to be the Avatar at this point. Then we jump back to the present where we see Korra actually maintain her memories, and yeah, I forgot to mention, but the reason why she's seeing this is because she was sent in this pool to hopefully gain back her memories and gain back of who she is. And yeah, now she knows who she is, and now she knows what she has to do and close the spirit portal before more dark spirits come. And I'm guessing...
Within a week, right?
Yeah, because apparently within a week, the
harmonic convergence
is going to happen again. And Vince says that that's what Unalaq is after. Like, he knows about Vatu, and he knows that he's gonna try to let him out or something like that. I'm guessing we're gonna see Vatu.
Dark Avatar.
We'll talk about that later. Korra actually gets a flying bison and flies off where's she flying off to?
I'm guessing the poles.
Yeah, pretty much. I was gonna say poles, but I want to make sure. Yeah, and also we have some theories for this because besides Vince's theory, Scott believes that
Well, if the Dark Avatar does not appear in this episode, this book, it will be in the next book.
But pretty much Scott's saying, like, the fact that Rava can actually train someone enough to master the elements, why not Vatu? So he might become, Scott kind of, do you want to actually have a Dark Avatar? Like,
Evil Bolin.
he pretty much
never loved me, Korra.
Yeah, a lot of good about this episode is the fact that it presents the mystery of the Avatar and where he came from, and also it kind of explains the reincarnation, the Avatar state, the connection between him and the spirit, or avatars between the avatars and spirits, and yeah, and it seems like Korra. Hopefully she grows a lot after this experience, and I feel like the urgency is now bigger than ever because the fact that they introduced a character like Vatu in the series, like pretty much a spirit of whole dark chaos and whatnot. So yeah, what do you guys think of this episode?
Yeah, I really did like this. These two episodes, I really felt like like Chris said, they upped the ante with this because in my opinion, the last few episodes, yeah.
They're dwindling.
Yeah, it was dwindling. I was starting to lose interest a little bit, but this sparked my interest again, so I'm glad. But
Isn't it ironic that the 2 best episodes did not involve Korra in any way?
that's kind of, oh my gosh, that's kind of sad. And like Scott said, I thought these 2 episodes were the best of this series so far. Or well, at least this book.
I actually see series.
Or yeah, actually, yeah, I would go that far. Since this was kind of like Korra was unconscious and she was having like visions of what happened and integrating it back to the present story. It feels weird. Like I just hope it naturally integrates with the entire book.
Yeah.
Because this was just completely left turn in a good way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
I feel like it's somewhat of a season finale because just the scope of it was so epic. Yeah, I would say I'll give. I'm not gonna lie. I would give these 2 episodes 10.
Yeah, the best out of the whole season so far.
Yeah, and yeah,
There's no Korra.
That's
I got to listen to some teenage whining person.
Yeah, like,
hormones going out of place.
This is why it connects back to what Chris said. Hopefully, she learned a lot, and this really, she learns humility. She just learns to ease up.
So yeah, that's all we gotta say. Again, great episode, and that's it. So this is MediaShinobi signing out. Peace. Glenn!